Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another doing bookish things, like the ultimate book video. I'm gonna go book shopping in this video. I'm gonna fill out my reading journal. I also want to read a book in this video, so it's just gonna be like a one-off reading vlog. I'm gonna talk about how I rate books and like my rating style and everything like that, where I store all my data that for my books. Like, we'll just see where the wind takes us basically. But I love these videos. One thing about book shopping now, I don't know, I've kind of fallen out of the Barnes & Noble train, and so I just never really buy books at Barnes & Noble and anymore. And that's not to say I haven't bought them in 3 months, so it's not like I haven't been shopping there for a while, but I have this used local bookstore and it's my favorite bookstore ever. I find so many things. I think I've gotten really good things there. I've gotten some Kristen Hanna books, and then I've also gotten First by Mary Otis. I don't know if I've seen a lot of it. It just sounds really interesting. It's like a literary fiction work. And then I also have My Year of Rest and Relaxation, and then Anxious People by Frederick Backman. I got that there. And then E-Vacation by S.D. Gibson. It's just good books over there, and so it's always a fun little hunt to see what's in there. I think it's so cool. They date the books the days that these books come in, and so this book came into the shop on August 4th, and then I bought it. I think it's just so fun. It's like giving new life to used books. But right now I'm reading a novella, and so after I finish that novella, we're gonna go pick out a book to read together for this reading vlog. Don't know what I want to read. I don't know what I'm in the mood, but today's video is in collaboration with Ana Luisa. So if you know Ana Luisa and you know me, I love Ana Luisa pieces. Ana Luisa is a carbon neutral sustainable jewelry company based in New York that specializes in long-lasting, hypoallergenic, water-resistant, and sustainable jewelry. You can get up to 35% off of your order if you use the link in my description. Also, there is a massive Black Friday sale going on right now, so I would totally take advantage of that sale right now. You can get high-quality jewelry pieces to treat yourself, or you can get high-quality jewelry pieces to treat others around you for the holiday season's coming up. So I'm so excited to be working with them. For all their pieces, you can get free shipping for all across the US, and there's a 2-year warranty policy. And I love Ana Luisa pieces because they're also affordable for such great quality. And so here are my pieces. Right now I've been teetering on the fence of either being a silver girl or a gold girl. So right now I'm all golded out. This is the Ina Mini necklace, and this is perfect for stacking and perfect for layering other necklaces. So I love these. I love the herringbone type of necklaces, and I love these really dainty, elegant pieces. And then there is I also have my letter initial necklace. I love it. I've always wanted one. I think it's so cute and just adds such a touch. But both of these are 14 karat gold on stainless steel, so they don't tarnish, they don't turn your skin green, and they're so dainty and beautiful, and I love them so much. Also, Ana Luisa pieces come in little pouches, and so I store my jewelry in these pouches so much so they don't get tangled, everything like that, and they're so easy to transport, and they keep your jewelry nice and dry when you're not wearing it. And so I love these little pouches. They have magnetic clasp. I also love my Ana Luisa earrings. If I don't have good quality jewelry in my ears, they do really I think they get it's not infected, but it's a different type of thing. And so I love my Ana Luisa pieces because they don't do that. But I love these. These are my perfect everyday earrings. They're little huggies with a pearl on it, and it's so beautiful. The Black Friday sale is going on right now. You can get big gifts for your loved ones, for yourself. It's a limited time offer, so I would really recommend going to my description, clicking my link. So check out Ana Luisa pieces. I love them so much. They're my favorite jewelry brand. Thank you so much to Ana Luisa again for collaborating in this video, and we can get on with the rest of the book stuff. I was just talking to you guys and I didn't hit record. Okay, so I have to do my October, I have to print out the things. I haven't used this apartment's printer in color, so I don't know what it is. I have to pay for color, so I think I'm gonna do a scrapbook type of thing for November. So I have all these little letters from Canva that I'm going to print out as well. I hope they fit on the same document. I think we should rotate. Yeah. Oh my god, I think I've got it. Yes, I'm a freaking genius. Oh my god, somebody in IT hire me. What is this? Okay, this is such riveting content, guys. If we're here just talking while I'm waiting, I got sambas, and so I know everyone and their mother has sambas, and so I was people were oh yeah, sambas are kind of uncomfortable. I think I watched Destiny and Sarah's video, their New York video, and they're we were just wearing sambas around New York, just walking. In my head, I knew sambas were a flat shoe, but I have been a ride or die Converse girl since I was literally in 9th grade, and I've just worn the heck out of them, falling apart at the seams. But since these are also a flat shoe, and I've actually walked thousands of steps in these, And so I've just always been under the impression that like I could handle like the flatness of the Samba shoe. I haven't like taken them out, like really walking them too much, but I think they're comfortable. I don't think like they're too flat for me. But I do think that this like little like heel lip thing is really uncomfortable. It can, like, if mine aren't still broken in, and so it kind of does like rub up on my heel, and so I could get a blister anytime. But I need to break these in before I go to New York, because I'm gonna bring these to New York. I'm super excited. I'm going during the Christmas season with my family, Karis, my roommate, and then my brother's girlfriend. So all 6 of us in the town of New York. I'm gonna buy some Sunny Angels, I'm gonna buy some books, I'm gonna drink some coffee, eat some bagels. I'm so excited. I'm also gonna go to I really want to go to the like F.L. Schwartz Jellycat place, the Jellycat Diner. So if you guys have any like food recommendations on New York, I know that we'll probably hit up Chinatown, because I just like, I love Asian food. Like I feel like that's the area that we're gonna eat most at. I don't like, my mom doesn't really like Italian food, so we're not gonna hit up that, like that type of like pasta, cheesy stuff like that. I'm being a good daughter. I'm being a good daughter. We're gonna eat some Asian food, and I'm so excited. Okay, time to go. What? Oh, guys, I'm gonna throw up. I ruined it. It happened like that, so now I have to redo it all. I literally was bragging about being in IT, basically. I'm gonna cry. If you watched my last video, I named all the Sunny Angels, and so Jenya in the comments helped me name the eggplant. So this is Eleanor Eggplant. She's super cute, super cute. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Our Wi-Fi changed, and I was scared that the printer wasn't connected to the Wi-Fi, and it's only a one-time thing. It's 80 cents. I don't know why I'm like freaking out. I print them out, and so in the video of on my phone, I looked so excited. I've been looking at it in depth more, and I think they're like one of the colors, I think there's like less blue, less like pink on it, because the pinks, like the red, like the pink magenta looks a little dull, and there's a lot of yellow, because I look sickly. I look sickly in these thumbnails. Like I look like I look sick. I love my little scrapbook letter, so I think I'm gonna cut these ones out first, because I feel like they're the most tedious. Hi guys, I don't know why I decided to sit on the floor, but I just wanted you guys to marvel at my bookshelf. I love it. I love looking at it. You can't see the Sunny Angels. Let me see the Sunny Angels up there. I love them. Oh, hopefully that didn't ruin. Since this is a bookish video, I'm going to be talking about how I rate books. I think rating's super subjective, as everyone knows, and so I'm going to give you some examples and what I think about when I do rate books and how I like form like their reviews, I guess. I say this, I am not a writer. Not a writer. I track everything on Notion, GoodReads, Storygraph, and I've tried Fable, and I just don't think I like it. So I use those like 3 major apps. For GoodReads, I like doing everything on GoodReads. I know people hark on how bad the interface is. The interface is bad, but it's my favorite reading tracking app. I think it's the best. I love watching and like looking at what people are reading, other people's reviews. While the interface is pretty bad, I can overlook it because I don't really have too many like friends on GoodReads, because I like to keep my feed pretty minimal, and I don't know, I feel like if it's too cluttered and too many, I get overwhelmed a lot, and so I don't know why, that's like my type of anxiousness, that like I just get really overwhelmed with like how many there is, and I shut down. I have a couple of GoodReads friends that I like follow their reviews, and I love looking at their reviews and stuff like that. So the comments on GoodReads, if someone does comment on like an update that I do, or like I want to comment back, I think the reply feature is really bad because you can't tag the person, and so you just like happen to like go back to that conversation like, oh, if they replied or anything like that. I'm guilty of that. So I hope whenever you comment on a GoodReads post of mine, you're like, oh my god, did Amy reply? Because 9 times out of 10 I will reply. I just track every single book I've had on there. I used GoodReads since the beginning, so most of my data is on GoodReads, and I just can't switch because I've tried to switch to Fable. Fable just didn't work for me. I hate it. I think it looks ugly. I think it was so stupid. It took forever to get my statistics. It took like a week after I imported all my data from GoodReads, and so I just hated it. And so if you do want to have an app that does kind of what Fable does, but less like aesthetic, but very functional and great data, I like Storygraph, because then it can do half-star ratings, 0.25 star ratings. So if you want like the half-star rating, go to Storygraph. I just don't like Fable. I'm a Fable hater to the day I die. So you get all your data on Storygraph, so you can get, like, I've read 132 books. You can have a reading goal. I almost said a GoodReads goal. And it has all your pages, your things, and it has your moods. I don't really, okay, one thing about Storygraph is I don't rely on these categories too much, because a lot of them, it says that my most read genre is romance. And so that's probably likely, but I don't think I have read the stereotypical 69 romance books in that category, because I would categorize them as something else, like literary fiction or fantasy over romance, but it goes into the romance lump if it has like that tag on Storygraph. So I think some of the tags on Storygraph aren't the best. That's Storygraph. And then GoodReads I like for everything else. I like my GoodReads goal. I just like seeing that data from past years very accessibly, so I love that. I used to just use the notes app on my phone, and I would just like do the review, like a summary of the book, so I would remember it for a wrap up and everything like that. But now I use Notion. So my Notion page, I love my Notion page, and so I have my reading goal on my homepage. So I have a gallery view of all of my months. So from January, I can see at a table of every single book I've read this year, what my ratings for them are, and what type of genre they are, and then the type of like book I read, it like Kindle, physical, audiobook, all that type of stuff on here. And then I do the book in like a boulder thing, and then I do everything I thought about the book, my review of the book, everything I want to touch on my wrap up. So it's very nonsensical. It's just like there's spoilers, there's like some things, I don't know, it's just that. So that's what I do for every single book. So for October, for example, my 11 books that I read, my ratings on them, my notes I want to touch on. Okay, basically for my ratings of books, I do it from the 5-star scale. I also utilize a lot of the 0.25, 0.75, 0.5. For my ratings of books, a 5-star book has to hit me in my soul. I have to think about it all the time. Like the characters, the plots, even if they aren't like perfect and everything like that, if it like really does something to me, then that's a 5-star. That's an automatic 5-star. I don't really give 4.75 stars, but I have in the past. I've just realized that I just don't do that anymore. And so the closest to a 5-star is a 4.5. For example, I'm gonna give you an example of some of my 5-star books and then some of my 4.5-star books. For my 5-star books, we have, these are two that like defines my reading taste. I have Beartown by Frederick Backman and Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I love these two books so much. I love the Beartown series. For the Beartown series, I gave this book, when I first read it, 4.5 stars. Then I continued with the Beartown series. I love the universe that this is set in. I think Frederick Backman approaches the topics that he does in these books very tastefully, and I think they're so well put together and so well done. The way they're written is so different because you get so many perspectives in the town of Beartown. It really wraps together in such a beautiful way, and so I love Frederick Backman's books because of that. I feel like sometimes Frederick Backman's writing is a little, it's not hard to get into, it's just like I have to really focus. When you do focus, the way that he creates his sentences hits you so immensely, and so that's why I like reading literary fiction books and Frederick Backman's books specifically, because of the way that they can do that and the way the prose and the way the sentences are structured. I read Us Against You, second in the Beartown series. I think I gave that 4.25 stars. I knew it wasn't as good as Beartown. The way it made me feel didn't compare to Beartown, so I gave that 0.25 stars less. Then I read The Winners by Frederick Backman. That was the last book in the Beartown series. I gave that 4 stars. My 4-star books are, I think these are phenomenal. I think these are great books and I would recommend them to anybody. 4.5 stars, like a step up. Like this is very close to perfect. I just didn't get that 5-star feeling. When I did reevaluate after reading the whole Beartown series, I could not let go of the first book, and the way the first book made me feel. I was so anxious in this book, and so the way that words on paper can make me feel that way, I had to put this up to 5 stars. So this is a 5-star book for me. Same with Magnolia Parks. I just like the way that I felt so many emotions emotions to this, so many connections to the characters and the way that it was written. The Magnolia Parks books are written in such a different way. They're written beautifully. It's so good, but the writing's also simple. It's not like the most like flowery language ever, but it hits you on a specific way, and it hit me on a specific way, and so I love this book because of that. Another 5-star is How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. Some of the plot points in this book weren't the best. I overlooked them because of the writing. The way that the writing was so reminiscent of a screenplay where you can literally visualize every single thing that they're saying, the scenes, the expressions of the characters and everything like that without being too wordy and very descriptive. I love this book because of that. In hindsight, if I didn't really connect to the characters themselves and the things that they go through and the things that they are, like just the way that they are, it wouldn't have been 5 stars, but because I did connect with that, it is a 5 stars, and I understand how all of my 5-star books aren't everyone else's 5-star book. 4.5 stars are like very good as well, and so I have things like Normal People by Sally Rooney that I loved. I liked the writing in here. I liked the way I connected with the characters. I love it. It just didn't give me 5-star feelings, even though I think about these characters so often. It's just not a 5 stars for me. Same with A Dowry of Blood by S.D. Gibson. The way that this book, the plot, the writing, like the themes and everything like that, so good. And then Lovely War by Julie Berry. This is also 4.5 stars. I just love everything about this book. This book is so wholesome to me. I think it's just so beautiful in the way that like they depict love in this book. So I loved it too. Those books aren't 5-star books. Even though I express my love for them so much, they just don't hold a candle to the way that these books made me feel. There is a distinction in my 5-star books versus my 4.5-star books. A 4-star book for me, like I said, it's a great book. I loved it. I would recommend it to literally everybody and their mom. There was something in the plot and the characterization and the writing that I just didn't find clicked with me. Subjective, it just didn't click. In my defense, my ratings also depend on the genre, my mood while reading it, the pace, if I was really connected to the world that we're set in and everything like that. So 3 4-star books that I would say ranked in everything, basically. So first I have The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I gave this one 4 stars. Brandon Sanderson's worlds are very complex, and so that adds into the high fantasy aspect of his books. And so sometimes, and by high fantasy, I get bored. Sometimes I just don't care. That reflects my time reading it. I think this is a great book. I really enjoyed it. I just didn't like it as much as I liked the first book, and so in series, I really do the comparison game because they are by the same author, and so I don't compare this 4-star book compared to Mhairi McFarlane's Between Us. I really liked this book. It was a 4 stars. I didn't really care for the romance in this book, and so in a romance book, I have to care about the romance a lot of the time. I liked their characters. I liked the plot. I just didn't care about the romance, and so that brought it down a whole star. I liked the writing and everything like that, and so I can recognize the talent and the writing in this book compared to like another contemporary romance that isn't that good. And then also compared this to a like literary fiction, speculative, like magical realism book. This book was crazy. This book had good writing. This book was kind of gross, but then I also really enjoyed it. So this is also 4 stars. I just didn't either connect to the plot or the characters immensely, and that's why it's not higher than a 4. Or a 3-star book that is just mediocre to me. I would recommend it to people that want to read it. It's not my favorite. I won't really think about it ever again, but it's a 3 stars because I really can't fault it for that. Things like Quicksilver by Callie Hart, it does what it set out to be, a romantasy book with an enemies to lovers plot. That's exactly what it is, and that's what it does. I know adult romantasy will have smut in it, and so I recognize that, I can see that, and I read it, and I'm like, okay, that's what it did. It set out to do those goals, and that's what it did. Some of the things in the plot might be lacking, but I really can't fault it for that, so there's that. For 3.5 stars, Gallant by V.E. Schwab. It's better than a 3 stars. I didn't care about the characters at all in this book. I thought the ambiance and the writing was good. I thought the plot was fine. It's not 3 stars that I'm just never really gonna think about it ever again. The way that the writing made me feel and the ambiance of the book itself like bumped it up 0.5 stars. Or things like An Education of Malice by S.T. Gibson. Like I said, I really liked S.T. Gibson's writing previously. I liked the time before a specific plot point and thing happened that kind of derailed the book for me. But it was very good overall, and I liked the ending. Overall, I liked my time reading the book. But things like 2-star books, 1-star books, 1-star books, what I can remember off the top of my head, I have like Zodiac Academy. Didn't care about the plot, didn't care about anything, didn't care about the writing. Those books are just 1 star for me. Basically hated them. And so 2-star books are, I hated it, but I found some redeeming qualities in it. A 2-star book that I've had in the past is Unsteady by Peyton Corin, an adult hockey romance. You go into certain expectations. The hockey wasn't that big of a deal, and the romance was just purely physical for a lot of the time, and so I don't really vibe with that, and so that was what contributed it to be a 2-star book. A 3-star book is what every book starts out as. Every book starts out as a 3 stars, and you can either go up or go down, and so that's how I rate books. It depends on the previous work I've known of the author, if it was in a series, the genre of the book, and everything like that. So I hope you guys into how I rate my books, how I log all my books and everything like that. So hopefully I cut this down enough. I've been talking for 25 minutes. I hope I cut this down to at least, I'm striving for 8 minutes. Amy, please do that in the edit. I'm gonna put all these books away and I'm gonna do some homework. Hi guys, I filled in my October spreads. I cut out all the letters for like the scrapbook like magazine letter type of things, and I realized that I forgot to print out M's. I just have November. So basically that idea is scrapped because I just don't want to just print out another sheet. It's just too much work. My reading journal has just been pushed to the back burner, but I'm going to be doing my makeup, and then I'm also going to be talking about my recent read that I'm reading. I'm reading Just Last Night by mcfarlane. So I hope I can multitask because now I'm stressed out that I'm going to be late for class. And Just Last Night we're following a main character, Eve, and her friend group. And so her friend group consists of Susie, Ed, and Justin. In this friend group, Eve and Ed have like they used to have a thing when they were like 18. So Eve's like in love with Ed, and she thinks that no one else knows, and that's that. And so after something happens in the book, like secrets get unfurled, things are going down. I don't want to spoil anything, but there is like a big, I don't know, there are triggering topics, so I would look them up if you plan on reading it, but like I'm not gonna say it out because then that literally spoils the book. I didn't think that it was gonna go this way, and so that's that. I think the plot is better than the other mcfarlane book that I read, which was Between Us. I think I'm just liking this a little bit more because I don't know what I like about it more. I'm halfway through the book right now. mcfarlane's works are under the romance category. I honestly think they're less romantic than Emily Henry's works, and so these do feel more women's fiction to me. Emily Henry can bridge women's fiction and like romance really easily. You can't deny that an Emily Henry romance feels different from like an Abby Jimenez romance that really focuses on the romance, or like an Elle Kennedy romance. Girl, why am I doing so bad? Okay, maybe this is a bad idea of talking while doing my makeup because this is disastrous. But these feel even more different from Emily Henry because I feel, honestly, I think like 65% in, that's where like you're like, oh, there's an inkling of like a romance, and that's what happened in the last one, in Between Us as well. Like if I was just a stereotypical, I am, but if I was going into a book looking for a romance and I got what I'm getting here, I wouldn't be happy with it. If you change your expectations, then it's different. So if you change like the way you're expecting things to work out when you're reading a mcfarlane book, then I think it's a fun time. I don't think it's like my favorite book I've ever read. I like her characters, and I'm glad that it's going in a different direction than I was expecting, especially because like this same like type of theme is prevalent in another mcfarlane book, and so I just know that she wouldn't do that to me, and so now I can like breathe easy. I really like the friendship dynamic. It reminds me of like the Friends friendship dynamic, which I really love, and so they're just like so closely like knit. Susie and Eve, they've known each other since primary school, and then I think like secondary school is where they met the other two. That's all of my updates for what I'm reading right now, and I'm having a good time. You saw me go book shopping the other day. I went to the like thrift bookstore, and then I also went to Barnes & Noble. I didn't buy anything. I've been holding out self-restraint because I just know I need to. I think the thrift bookstore really like gets me because I'm just like, I know that these aren't gonna be here forever, but like then I'm also like, I'm not gonna read that. So I think there was like Master of Puppets from TJ Klune at one of the stores, and so it was like $5 too, and I was like, should I get it? I kept reading the back and I was like, I just don't think it seems interesting to me. I love TJ Klune's work. I love Under the Whispering Door, and so maybe I would revisit Masters of Puppets or like Lives of Puppets. I just don't think I will. and so I'd rather not. I was gonna buy Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, and then I was just like, nah, I just don't need it right now. I have it on hold at the library, and it's just gonna take a couple weeks, and I'd rather just like use my library. And if I really do enjoy it, I think like I don't feel too much guilt for buying books that I've already enjoyed. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys when I see you guys next. My pyramid wall is always gonna stay up. Hey, it's always gonna stay up until it's time for the next month to come, and then I put a new wall. I put a new wall up, but I love it. I think it just adds so much decor, because without it, the wall's empty. Back to just last night. I just finished it. Honestly, mcfarlane did that. She did that. You know how this morning I was talking about like there's like no romance? The romance did eat. The romance did eat. I knew who it was gonna be with, duh. I do like this cover. This cover's disgusting to me. This one's pretty good. I like this one, I like the yellow. I think it's just so much cuter. This one came out in 2023 and this one came out in 2021. I think this one is so good. The writing in here isn't as like descriptive and like in like a figurative language type of way. Like in this book was just like crazy in the way that it just described things just so much. Like I don't know if you've watched me in another video, but I said this exact same quote because I literally tabbed it because it was just like so descriptive, and this literally describes the writing in this book so well. Hair the color of liquid blackberry required upkeep and expense, and after an aimless doubt-racked week, Rasheen had to tackle her inch of cocoa-colored roots. Like that is just such a way of saying my hair is purple and it requires upkeep and my roots are showing. Like that is like so, like it's crazy. This one I gave out a 4. For just last night, I liked the romance better. I liked the plot line better. I just liked it a lot more. I would say the first like 40% is pretty slow to get into, and just the fact like maybe I wasn't like really in the mood to read it. And so as time went on and as I kept reading, I was just so like enveloped in the like plot that it was just really easy to get by. And maybe it's because I knew I didn't have to do too much work today, so I was just like, yeah, I can have time to read. I stopped at page 209 last night, which is like 52%, and then I read the other half of it today, and I think the other half of it is just so good. I just like the way everything like kind of tied in from the first half into the second half. The second half just, I don't know, just felt, I loved it a lot. I think it's because I got to see a different side of every character. It was just like less like this is what Eve's thinking and this is what she's doing now, and so I liked that bit of it. For rating, I think I'm gonna stick with a 4.25. I was thinking of a 4.5, and then I was just like, I don't think it's a 4.5, because if I compare it to Beautiful World, Where Are You, which I read by Sally Rooney, that I read last month, I liked it evenly, and I think, I don't know, I just like was so involved in the world of both of them, and so they're not 4.5s, but they're 4.25s. I really enjoyed them, and so I really recommend this mcfarlane book. I recommend both of them, but I like this one better. So yeah, that's all I have to update you for. Hi guys, I just got out of a meeting. You guys don't care, but I'm gonna finish my November spreads and then I'll show you them once I'm finished coloring them. For the past month, since like October, I've probably scrolled through Pinterest like for a cumulative of like 1.5 hours, and so I just could not find a theme for November that I loved. I don't really want to do leaves. I'm not the best at drawing, so I think the leaves are like a little out of my realm. I saw some coffee things that I think are cute. I just don't have that many browns, and I just know that I would be not happy with the outcome. I was gonna do, like I said, the like scrapbook thing. Forgot to print out M's. I found like picture frame things, so I have like the spelling of November in the picture frames, and I've taken like the inspiration of those exact picture frames like things. So it's not one specific theme that I'm drawing inspiration from, but oh, I also messed up. I started drawing all this and then I looked over and I saw that I had empty pages. So I'm putting my November recap in the beginning of November, which I wouldn't normally do, and then since I also don't have a TBR, then it has like an uneven amount of pages, I'm doing my fall TBR and just printing out all the books that I wanted to read this fall. Then you flip it, I have my November cover page, then I have my November YouTube videos that are gonna go right there, the November reads. Okay. I was in class today and I just started to plan for BOOKMAS. I'm not doing BOOKMAS in the traditional sense. I'm not doing 12 videos. I'm doing 6 or 7 videos leading up until Christmas. So I'm not doing the first 12 days. I'm not doing the last 12 days up until Christmas. I'm just doing videos throughout December. I'm gonna explain it more in my first BOOKMAS video that's going up hopefully the 2nd. I have 2 reading vlogs that I'm planning to do during that time, and then like some sit down videos, some vlogs, and then I planned like the rest of them afterwards up until the new year. I have a really fun video planned for the new year that I just like was like, oh yeah, I have to do it. I think one person is gonna enjoy it so much. Also, it's gonna be a full spoiler vlog, so I will put that in like the thumbnail and the description and the title of the video, that if you haven't read these books, don't read them because I will spoil it all. So I think that's gonna be super fun, and I'm actually so excited for that. I just have to get through the books that I have to get through before I do that. I'm really excited for that. It's not BOOKMAS, but I'm uploading more because normally I upload like once a week. I try to at least. I've been kind of off since the semester started, and then I was kind of off when I got sick, but that was earlier in May, so I don't know. I strive to upload a week. There's that. It's gonna be super fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited for it. I don't know if you can see in my face, but I'm super excited for it. I'm gonna start coloring. I think I'm gonna use a lot of my like muted tones of like the mild liner, so I think I'm gonna do like those type of colors. I'm gonna show you my October spreads because I didn't show you them, but I saw this on Pinterest as well. I love like the goo. I love it. I think it's so fun. I use so much black, like so much black, but I like the neon. I like the drip. And I kind of got lazier with the drip. So I have my October cover page, my October TBR, and I read 5 of them out of the 7 of them. I didn't read Atlas Complex or One Day. I have my October recap, and then I have my October YouTube videos, October reads, star rating, and then I have November recap, November pages, little frames, November videos, November reads, and then that's it. I'm super excited. I love them all. So thank you guys for coming and doing book stuff with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, remember to check out my link in the description to shop Ana Luisa pieces. This is a limited time sale for Black Friday, which makes the already affordable pieces even more affordable. So you can start on some Christmas shopping for your loved ones, get some stuff for yourself, treat yourself, and use my link in the description to get a massive discount. I love my Ana Luisa pieces. I think they're just such high quality, affordable jewelry to gift to yourself and to others. So check out the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching and coming along and doing book stuff with me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me. I just basically did my reading journal, did a reading vlog of just last night, talked to you about my rating system. I tried going book shopping and I've included those clips, but just really didn't have any luck in finding anything. So excited to share my BOOKMAS news. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!